Hi again, Panther fans. It's Inside Georgia State Basketball heading down the home stretch here. Just one game to go in Georgia State basketball on the road down to Statesboro, Hanner Fieldhouse on Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time to take on the Georgia Southern Eagles. This week on Inside Georgia State Basketball, we're talking to the preseason Sun Belt Conference Player of the Year, DeMarcus Simonds, averaging 19 points, leading Georgia State. And, boy, what a big one we've got, Georgia State. Great job this past week. Swept the Arkansas schools, Arkansas State, Arkansas Little Rock, and it's all come down now. You got three schools, Georgia State, Georgia Southern, Texas State, battling for that top spot and the top two spots to get the double bye once we get to New Orleans.
Everyone knows at this point in the season, what's at stake, and everything's for all the marbles when we go down to Hanner Fieldhouse. So, we want to come out there, we want to execute, and, we want to bring it back to Georgia State.
Let's talk a little bit about the games against the Arkansas schools. Both games were won convincingly, which we had not seen on a consistent basis this year. A lot of wins. You got 21 wins right now, but the Arkansas schools came in, and you guys looked like you were on a mission and took care of business.
It's the end of the season. We got seniors, and everyone wants to go out the right way. There's a lot of love in the locker room, and everyone knows what they, have to do to, really be where we want to be and play in the tournament once again. And, we're just really looking forward to the challenge.
It's an often used term, a total team effort and team chemistry. This team has had it all year, had it last year, obviously, as well, on a run to the NCAA tournament. Talk a little bit about the atmosphere in the locker room these last couple of weeks, knowing that senior day was coming, and we had it this past week, and knowing what was on the line for this team in order to try to become the first Georgia State team to reach back-to-back NCAA tournaments.
The atmosphere, it's honestly amazing. Everyone here knows this. It could be after this Saturday. It could be the last time we ever put our jerseys on together. So, it's just a lot to think about, a lot to take in, and but we really got to have fun and make sure we get to where we want to be.
It was a little bit emotional. I underline a little bit emotional on Saturday, but once the ball was tipped up, everybody knew what their job was and knew what their role was, and you guys took care of business against Little Rock.
Little Rock has some decent players, and we know that, and it's the last time we were ever going to play in the sports arena, so everyone just came out with the right mindset and wanted to work hard for each other. There's nothing beats it.
The opposing teams know how hard it is to come into the sports arena and get out of this building with a win. For Georgia State, it's been a similar situation going down to Statesboro and beating Georgia Southern in Hanner Fieldhouse. It hasn't been done since 1996. You guys beat them earlier this year here. This is going to be a great atmosphere on Saturday afternoon down there in Statesboro. What's been some of the talk in the locker room and on the practice court as you get ready for this one?
Too many years, too long, man. Southern knows we coming to win. They're coming to win as well, but I feel like we see it a little different than they do.
Yeah, obviously getting off to a good start on the road in that environment will be key, and really playing similar to the way you played against the two Arkansas this week. And this team has been, for the most part, a pretty good road team this year, save for a few bumps here and there.
We're pretty good on the road. But I feel like it's late in the season, and we've kind of found our identity at this point, and Saturday, everyone's going to see we're going to leave there as champions. So, looking forward to it.
Lastly, I've seen you over the last few years in some what we'll call fun, hostile environments. Hanner Fieldhouse probably is near the top of the list. You seem to thrive and enjoy playing in that type of environment. Does that remind you of some of the experiences that you experienced on the high school level playing basketball, and knowing that Georgia Southern obviously is our number one rival?
Yeah, Georgia Southern's Georgia State's number one rival, but on a personal level, man, me and Tukey Brown, it's just we've been playing against each other forever since I was 15, 14, so when I see him, I just kind of light up. He gets the same way, it's just kind of like we just want to play better than each other. So it's always fun playing against Tukey, and I'm looking forward to it, like I said before.
All right, DeMarcus, appreciate it. Let's get out of Statesboro and get out of Hanner Fieldhouse and Statesboro with a W.
Let's get one.
I want to thank Georgia State's DeMarcus Simonds joining us here. It's Inside Georgia State Basketball. Don't forget, Georgia State, Georgia Southern, Hanner Fieldhouse, Statesboro, Georgia, Saturday afternoon at 5. I want to thank DeMarcus. I'm Dave Cohen. That's this week's Inside Georgia State Basketball.